It's Talk Funny, a podcast by Mark Bailey and other comics from all over. We ended up in Japan because according to recent research by the majority of Japanese university dissertations, cake is apparently delicious. The Talk Funny podcast from NagoyaRadio.com and Nagoya Comedy. Here's Mark Bailey.
Welcome back to Talk Funny. We're here with, hasn't been here in a while, Mr. Tim Lennane. Welcome back.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
So what's been going on recently?
Well,
we've only got 2 hours.
Only 2 hours.
No,
and there's a whole lot of listening. But
that you could talk about.
Yeah, but today, that's what I wanted to get off my chest today, was I was on the train going between Kamimaizu to Kurokawa, and I see this guy, he's wandering along, just, and he'd come and sit next to these girls, be really close to them, and he'd start talking like, what's your name? Like, Ojo-sama, doko ikunoka? And I see him do it like,
and he was kind of special, right?
You could tell he was not, he was mentally challenged. And the girls, they don't want to say anything, they don't want to make anything, but nobody's stopping this dude. Every woman in the train. So he's heading down, and he starts coming back. So I see him stop in the girls' carriage, and I just go and jump up on my seat, and I march over there and go, hey, dude, what are you doing? Stop that. Stop bothering women. And in Japanese, it was, you're going to ask me for Japanese?
No, go ahead.
Japanese.
I thought you were going to say, hey, Nathan, cut that out. Former comic. There's more former comics in Nagoya than there are comics.
Well, was he really a comic? That's my question.
Yeah, that's why he's not a comic.
I'm not a comic either.
Well, he didn't
say funny things.
He didn't show up.
All right, anyway, we're going to get a boring story.
You said in Japanese.
What did I say? Kanojo ni jama shinai de.
Yeah.
Kanojo ni jama shinai. Don't bother the women.
Right.
And he's like, hey, don't do that. And he's like, he starts, okay, hi. And then he gets up and he starts doing it in the next car over. So I start following him. And he's like kind of running away from me. I'm thinking, should I pursue this? Because if I do pursue it, I'm going to grab the guy, I'm going to throw him off the train, and it's going to be assault for me.
As your lawyer, I would say no. Don't pursue this.
Because
the girl's not even going to thank you.
Yeah.
She'll run as soon as you get arrested.
Yeah, and I was going Kakarin. No, what's it? I said to the Kakarin Lenakuyo. I'm going to call one of the station attendants.
Right,
come over here. He's still going down the train, and I'm eyeballing him, and I'm thinking, what I really want to do, I want to do more, but I let him go. When in reality, he should have been, grabbed. Bring the station attendants over and have him kind of, dealt with or arrested, because he was definitely essentially a molester on the train. And, yeah.
In the real comic book world, that would happen correctly. You'd be the hero, you kick him off the train. But in Japan, it'd be, why is this gaijin foreigner causing all these problems and messing with our retarded population?
He was special, yes. But, I mean, come on now. Stop it. And see, he's like, looking like with dogs. Like, what am I interfering? No. You're bothering all these women.
And we're going to get mail because I used the word retarded. Okay, look, I will just say this. I'm using it in the correct way. If you want to send complaints, please retard your complaints. Send them slower. Send them later.
Remember to write like this. Like your retardedness.
I had one. How can you laugh when you know I have downs? How can you laugh when you know I have downs? I have downs. I really do. I have downs. Chromosome 22. I have downs. One of the songs that I wanted to work on, Tim and some others with.
Gaijin man.
Parodies for fake blues.
Oh, I got one for you, by the way.
Or the real fakes.
I got one for you.
Oh, okay. Maybe you don't have to say it.
Then we won't. Not
but we got a bunch of those.
So I got another one.
I had an incident like that, and I had learned the hard way that cops don't like, you're not even allowed to touch someone. If you touch a Japanese person, you might as well break his nose, because he's going to fall because he's drunk and he's going to break his nose, and then because you touched him, he, whatever, whatever
your fault.
Yeah, he has leprosy, but he didn't until you touched him. Now he has leprosy, and he'll show that to the cops.
And now you owe him $2,000.
Yeah, when you go to the cops, they will ask, so who started it or whatever, and they'll say, but did you touch him? Sometimes it's not even who started it. And then whoever can show that they have the biggest bruise, then they get the settlement. So what I would do is carry a brick with you or hide one somewhere. and when the cops just say, can I go to the bathroom? Bash your shin in with the brick. And then go and say, yeah, he did it all. See? Not a scratch on him.
Yeah, anyway, that was eating me today. And, I wanted to do more. I just wanted to do more. And I know if I did more, I'd get into hellish trouble for it.
I had one, and I had learned my lesson. So the way I did it was I followed the guy. He was also slow. He was a fast, slow guy. He was slow upstairs, but he walked quickly. But he was slow up there.
He was smart enough to run on the other direction.
And he went to the other train as if that's I'm not going to see that. It's 8 feet away. I can see you.
He didn't say that.
The doors are
I
open.
go after him. It's like I saw you just do this in this car. Now you're doing it the car down the way. I'm coming after you.
And I had my suitcase with me. I was coming back from a trip, so I followed him into the next car and tapped him on the shoulder for the second time. And I said, "Dame desio, you can't do that. Soro ahorita hogai. You should get off soon." And I don't mean in that way. I mean you should get off the train. But
you're interfering.
I tried to get off. All right, so he went to the next train, and I followed him. And this time, I put my suitcase behind him, and in front of him were the exit doors. And I think it was maybe 3 exits before I got off. And I said, "This is where you leave." And he said, "No, that's well, it is tonight. Tonight you're getting off here." And I just gently abayo, which is goodbye. I don't want to see you again, punk. Abayo. And he got off. And then the next train, that's not my problem. He's on the next train doing it again, but not on my train.
Well, but that's the whole thing. I'm afraid to talk to the cops because obviously I'm a gaijin, and I've had enough problems with the police recently, and I don't want to get into another problem. It's too much time investment.
I had a problem with the chimpira, and I thought I thought it was going to work the way it worked in New York. Would work in New York. I'm a big guy, but I'm not physically threatening because I'm not in shape. So you're
in pear shape. Pear shape.
If I sit on you, you should be afraid. That's the only thing. It's like an elephant. You're screwed. You're screwed if I sit on you.
I can't breathe. Oh, sorry.
That's the only thing. I don't know. I bumped into him by accident, and he kind of flinched back, so he kind of punched me when I bumped into him. Anyway, I noticed, well, this is going to be trouble, so I walked to the other end. I'll cut this short. I walked to the other end of the subway station where we're waiting for our train. He followed me all the way down to the last car. And he kept stalking me. He kept going, Itai. And this guy's fit. This guy's slim. Probably Bruce Lee's slightly less fit brother. He's pretty fit. And he's pointing to his ripped arm, saying, Itai. I said, really? Itai? Really? It hurts? Oh, come on. Seriously? And he said, I'll take you to the police station. And I was thinking, if this happened in New York, they go, oh, big man, Al Pacino. Oh, big man. Oh, you got hurt by some fat slob. I thought they'd laugh it off and go, come on, this guy's not a threat to you. But I forgot I'm in Japan.
That's right.
So I'm a gaijin, so I am a threat to you.
You are in Japan.
Because they were afraid of the hoodlums. I'm all of them.
You are the boogeyman.
When they put up a wanted sign of a foreigner, I look like all of those guys.
And you killed 3 guys in a bar with a pencil.
With a pencil, yeah.
Pencil!
So I said, take me to the cops. Well, that was a mistake. Yeah. Because what I found out was the cops were all Japanese. They look a lot more like him than they do me.
That's correct.
And then they have the good cop, bad cop. They got this big, fat cop with bad teeth, and he looks like something out of a manga. And he kept saying, Usotsuki, you're lying. I said, I told you the story. I'll tell you again. Mm-hmm. You're lying. And I said, what part? What am I lying about? I bumped him by accident. My eyes are bad. Your eyes aren't bad. And so he didn't like this. He held up 3 fingers. He said, how many fingers? I said, go ahead. Hold him up. You lie. Go ahead. Where'd you go?
How many fingers am I?
Where'd you go? Hey, you don't have to give me the finger like that. I can only see one. Yeah, their job, actually, if you think about it, their job is, in their mind, to protect Japanese people, keep the order. Doesn't matter if you're right.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to be here.
I've actually found out that in my research, through my numerous incidents of dealing with the Japanese justice system, that it is not about fairness.
We can only talk about the first 100 tonight.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's actually keeping the peace. So if they can shut you up, it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong.
Right.
You just shut up.
It doesn't even matter who started it.
Doesn't matter.
It needs to end.
Yep.
And it's your fault. One of my friends, he's a foreigner. He's sitting in the back with three girls. They were going to the beach, and the girl was driving. They're all Japanese, and he's a foreigner. He's sitting in the back. He's just listening to music, and somebody rear-ends them. They call the police. The police in Japan, the police come to where you are, or if your car is in bad shape, or otherwise you will both drive to the Koban, but the car was in bad shape. So the cops came to the scene. They interviewed the drivers, and they asked the girl driver, so what was the foreigner doing when the car behind you hit you? I mean, what do you think? He's like shooting the bird or something? And she said, well, I was driving. Yeah, but what was he doing? And, so I think it would have, the only thing that could have been worse is if he was driving. Because he's responsible if he's driving, but if he's in the car, he's responsible.
Yeah, somehow it's his fault.
Yeah, because foreigners don't know how to ride in the car. I'm sorry, what part of the world has been in the car? I'm sorry, I think it might not be Japan.
No, really? Can you use chopsticks?
What are those? Yeah, I've been playing drums for 8 years, man. Sure, we could do 2 hours on this, but
Yeah.
let's call this one to an end. You've been listening to Talk Funny. Contact us at exportjapan@yahoo.com. And I've been here with Tim Lennane. You can come back next week for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, and we will talk to you guys later. Thanks.